Hello, very good morning and welcome to Athavan newspaper highlights. Today Thursday, 6th of October 2016. This is Edward with the highlights of today's English newspapers. As usual, we have three newspapers for the highlights: Daily Mirror, Daily News and Ceylon Today. Firstly, let's have a look on the Daily Mirror. The main headline says, DNA test on 26 body parts found at Saitum. Deputy Solicitor General Dilan Ratnayake yesterday told court that the prosecution would conduct a DNA test with the assistance of Genitech on the 26 body parts removed from Saitum during investigations into Wasim Tajuddin's missing body parts. The CID, assisted by several experts, searched the Saitum laboratory based on information that the former JMO Anand Samarasegara had dispatched some of the body parts to Saitum. The DSG also told court that the phone calls received by the former Narayanpeta OIC Damian Pereira were being probed. Sri Lanka to lease 6 A320 ONEO aircraft. Foreign budget carriers will benefit from gap left by disband Mihin. Reorienting Sri Lankan Airlines as a regional carrier as a part of its restructuring process to seek the attention of foreign investors will entail the leasing of 6 narrow-bodied short-haul Airbus A320 NEO aircraft next year, the top management said. Estate worker crisis ends. Daily wage to increase by 110 rupees. Parliament was informed yesterday that the trade unions and the estate workers had agreed to an increase of 110 rupees in the daily wage paid to estate workers from 620 to 730 rupees. Acting Minister of Finance Lakshman Yarpa Abeyewardena initially revealed this, while Minister of Labour and Trade Union Relations WDJ Senaviratna later confirmed it during an adjournment debate in the House last evening. Probe possible if official complaint is made. The matter of tapping judges' phones could be solved once and for all when an independent probe if an official complaint was made on this matter, Minister of Law and Order Sagala Ratnayake said yesterday. Minister said that it was the policy of this government to preserve the independence of the judiciary. Young boy, his 3.5-year-old sister abandoned by mother. A 13-year-old boy had arrived at the Balangoda police station and complained he and his 3.5-year-old sister had been abandoned by their mother, who had gone abroad for employment. Probe if there was excessive profits by perpetual treasuries. The perpetual treasuries, earlier linked to a former central bank governor Arjuna Mahendran's son-in-law, had recorded a profit of more than 5.3 billion rupees. Cabinet spokesman and Health Minister Rajitha Senaratne said they would request the President for a probe in case there was an issue with regard to the massive profits made by perpetual treasuries. Secondly, let's move to Daily News. The main headline says, Wasim Tajuddin murder, body parts seized at Saitum for DNA test to identify which of them were Tajuddin's. IGP's advice to be sought. Indo-Lanka ties will strengthen cooperation in many fields, PM Modi. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi yesterday said that India's relations with Sri Lanka have transcended the diplomatic boundaries, and this bond will help further cooperation in many fields between the two nations. The Indian Prime Minister was speaking at a high-level meeting with Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe at Hyderabad House in New Delhi yesterday. Prime Minister Wickremesinghe and Indian Prime Minister Modi also came to an agreement to hold a high-level meeting in New Delhi on November 5 aimed at reaching sustainable solutions to the problems faced by the fishermen of both countries. Grade 5 scholarship exam results. Matara school secures highest marks. Students of Situja Niran Samara Vikrama of Urugamuva Methodist Kanishta Vidyalaya Matara secured the island's first place, obtaining 196 marks at the Grade 5 scholarship examination held on August 21. Meanwhile, Rovaniya Methmini Gunasegara of Asvedwa Subarathi Kanishta Vidyalaya Kuliyapatiya and Koguladasan Abhishigan of Rambaikulam Government Mahavidyalaya Baunia have obtained 195 marks each to secure the second place. According to the examinations department, 9 students have secured the third place, obtaining 194 marks each. It is significant that this year Grade 5 scholarship examinations result shows that students from outside Colombo, including rural and remote areas, have obtained the best results. Finally, let's move to Ceylon Today. Ranil tells India, war not an option. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe, after having extensive discussions with the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on the future of the South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation at Hyderabad House in New Delhi last afternoon, told the media that war is not an option for anyone. Indo-Lanka talks on fishing. India and Sri Lanka yesterday agreed to hold bilateral talks led by the foreign ministers of the two countries, involving the fisheries ministers of both countries on 5 November in New Delhi to find a lasting solution to the fishermen's issues. UN team to assess minority rights issues. Rights reporters here soon. United Nations Special Rapporteurs on Minority Issues, Rita Isaac-Dayan, will visit Sri Lanka from 10 to 20 October 2016 to assess the current situation relating to ethnic, religious and linguistic minorities in the country. With that, let's come to the end of today's paper highlights. We will come with more news tomorrow morning. Thanks for listening to Athavan Newspaper Highlights.